So, Will, you know Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start roll. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch Esther at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
My grandmother taught me about self-pleasuring because she wanted me to know that that pleasure was from me.
Exactly.
She didn't want me to fall into the hands of a man, and if he gave me pleasure, to think that that was him. Yeah. And she taught me at 9.
These videos are a visual representation of how the Jada Smith and Will Smith relationship works. You can clearly see how Jada controls Will and how, despite trying to put up his own boundaries, Will eventually gave in. The public is a little concerned about it. A whole campaign has started on Twitter with the hashtag #SaveWillSmith. So, here are the 7 times Jada Smith actually did hurt Will Smith in front of the whole world. Number 1. Her close relationship with Tupac. Will has spoken about the most difficult times in his life on multiple occasions, and this was just one of those times. We all know Tupac was an absolute darling, and he could literally win over any heart in a matter of seconds. He was very close to Jada, which made Will Smith feel very insecure. He already had this notion in mind that Tupac was better than him. As he was the childhood love of Jada, Will got into severe depression and it became his worst nightmare. It was all because Jada never gave him the type of attention that she gave to Tupac. He felt this raging hatred and jealousy for Tupac. Even though Tupac was not physically there anymore because he was dead, Jada still never considered Will as the absolute love of her life. According to Will, she never loved him like she loved Tupac, which is what broke his heart. Tupac was with Jada throughout her childhood, but that doesn't mean she got the right to give no importance to Will's opinion and ignore his existence altogether. Will was going through a very hard time during that period, and he had no one to talk about it. He did not want to lose Jada, so he kept quiet. He did not say anything until recently when he gave an interview and told everyone how difficult everything was for him. Number 2. The confession of cheating on Will. Yes, you read it right. Jada was forced to confess on her Facebook show, The Red Table, that she had an affair with a friend of her own son, August Alsina. She was even introduced to August through her son, Jaden Smith. Jada said that August was going through a lot at that time and he needed some moral and mental support.
Him just needing some help, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
August did an interview where he said they were an item and said that the relationship was a little complicated. It is the reason Jada Smith was actually to make that confession. He also said that Smith himself gave him his blessings to pursue a relationship with his wife. So, are we smelling an open marriage? Maybe. Jada allegedly provided all kinds of support to the young lad despite being married to Will, though Jada said that while she was with Will, her relationship with August was purely platonic and she never even thought about making it anything else. However, confessing on having an extramarital affair on a talk show was nothing less than a scandal of the century, and no, people are still not over it. Not only this, but Will almost cried during this whole scene. But as it turns out, he already knew about this relationship. It's okay to be honest in a relationship and tell your partner about your mistakes, but that doesn't mean you are supposed to tell literally the whole world about having an affair in front of your partner. This was the maximum hurt that Jada caused to Will because crying on a live show has to be a person's breaking point, and the pain was clearly visible in his eyes. People were disgusted by this confession, and they were so enraged that many even called her a predator. The Will Smith crying episode went viral and he literally became a meme after this incident. Jada Smith was cancelled quite quickly on Twitter and is now one of those celebs that have a very bad reputation. Number 3. She screamed in anger when Will arranged a surprise birthday. It is quite clear by now that Jada is someone who always likes to be in control. She literally freaks out whenever she loses control, and the same happened when Will Smith surprised her with a birthday party. Will and Jada are very expressive about their relationship. Jada herself revealed in an interview once that she was not quite happy with the surprise birthday party that Will arranged for her. She even said that it took him 3 years to plan that birthday. What a weird way to brag about your ungratefulness on a live show, right? Will was very excited about this birthday surprise because Jada was turning 40. He wanted to make it special for her, but it turned out differently. Will talked about that birthday in an interview. He revealed that the lowest point in his life was around the 40th birthday of Jada.
Your 40th birthday was my low point.
That was mainly because of how she reacted to the dedication and hard work of 3 years to throw her a birthday surprise. She didn't just hurt Will, but she also hurt the love he had for her, and it deeply disturbed a lot of people. Jada has admitted multiple times that this birthday incident was what changed the relationship completely, and she often calls it the turning point.
I think the turning point in our relationship for me happened when I turned 40.
For Jada's 40th birthday, Will hired a special team of people to plan a lavish birthday and make a documentary for her by tracing her true roots. Will said that he just wanted the best for her, and this birthday surprise was going to end her midlife crisis for good. But Jada did not agree. Jada said to Will that this party is just a ridiculous display of Will's ego. These sentences literally broke his heart and put him in a situation where he just could not bounce back. Number 4. She made Will slap Chris Rock at Oscars. Will Smith currently has a pretty wrecked reputation for slapping Chris Rock, a well-known comedian, because he poked fun at Jada. But people were quick to point out that Jada was pulling Will's strings and she's the one to blame. When Chris Rock made an inappropriate joke about Jada's baldness, even Will laughed for 2 initial seconds. Jada too found it funny, but as soon as he looked at Jada, his expressions immediately changed. Jada did not look happy. She looked at Smith with raging eyes, and he paced towards the stage immediately to defend her. Now the whole of Hollywood is divided into 2 groups, the ones supporting Will and the ones supporting Chris Rock. But whatever people say, this incident has completely changed the good boy image that Will Smith had. He is also banned from Oscars for 10 years right after winning such a prestigious award. On the other hand, Jada clearly smiled after Will slapped Chris, and it was recorded on camera too. Number 5. Her recent comment on the slapping controversy. Jada has recently taken over the internet and has said that she did not want to be protected, and what Will did was wrong. The man literally went over the board to impress Jada, and yet she isolated him with these statements. She said that the Oscars are a very prestigious platform and spreading violence is highly unacceptable in such events. Jada was quick to point out that Smith projected his insecurity on stage and she does not need saving. Though Will Smith has officially apologized to Chris Rock and the matter has gone into thin air, yet Jada decided to comment on this issue by not taking the side of her husband. It must have been deeply disturbed for Will Smith, now that he has realized that the woman he took a stand for is not supporting him at all. It is not just deeply disturbing, but also very hurtful for Will himself that his wife has left him when he needed her the most. Number 6. How Jada spoiled the kids. The kids of Jada and Will are listed as some of the most spoiled kids of Hollywood. Even though Jada is found preaching about healthy parenting, she might have forgotten to implement it. Smith's mental health has been in shackles because of what Jada has been doing to him over the years, and it has affected the kids a lot. But the biggest influence on their kids is Jada and how she has treated them. Smith himself has admitted many times that they might have gone a little too far in their parenting methods, which is why their kids are so cocky. Their kids are not just spoiled, but Smith recalls that Jaden, at one time, demanded to be separated legally just when he was 15. The kids are pretty vocal about their relationships too, and you would be surprised to know that they have gotten some toxic traits from Jada.
This has been a journey for you, Miss Willow. How did you make this decision?
With polyamory, I feel like the main foundation is the freedom to be able to create a relationship style that works for you, and not just stepping into monogamy because that's what everyone around you says is the right thing to do.
They use the same kind of language while talking about relationships that Jada does, and they come off as very controlling.
I definitely understand why it would look that way or feel that way, but I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity.
So if this doesn't sound disturbing, we don't know what will. Number 7, when Jada said that she didn't want to marry Smith. Yes, we kept this incident for the last, and this was when Jada hurt Smith the most. In her Red Table interview, Jada said that she did not want to get married to Will at all, and she was so disturbed that she cried down the aisle too.
I never wanted to be married.
Jada was never into marriage and she just wanted to have a live-in relationship, but Smith was persistent to put a ring on it, so she agreed to marry him. But revealing something like this to the public is quite dreadful. It is bound to affect her husband and even their children quite a lot. For a man of such chaotic mental health, violence is often expected. So who do you consider responsible for what happened at the Oscars? Will Smith or Jada Smith? Tell us in the comment section. While you're at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Whatever she say, I believe it.